Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy El Conquistador, drumandbassproper.com, here in Belgium, here in Brussels, to be more precise. And we have met up with Simon, who goes by Cellarman, and you run Drum and Beers, correct?
Yeah,
And that is roughly a monthly here in Brussels specifically,
yeah,
correct?
exactly.
Awesome, awesome. So, how long have you been doing this for, man, here in Brussels?
Yeah, we started 3.5 years ago. Our 29th party is coming up.
Nice.
We started a little bit slower, but now we've been doing like 9 parties a year in
Okay.
the past years.
And you
Uh,
do mainly your acts are local acts. If you're catching Brussels DJs when you go to your parties, correct?
yes, up to now we've been doing small parties in bars with free entrance. And it's always the bars who pay us a fixed amount, so we divide it up between the people who come play.
Nice. Because you run this as a not for profit as well, just like Drum and Bass Proper.
Exactly.
Nice, nice. No, that's really cool. The bars. You say that you rotate around 3 bars. The majority of them are going to be in the center, right, or just right outside the center, where a lot of the tourists would go. Which, man, that's square. That what was it called again? The main.
Grand Place.
Yeah. I mean, I know that's like the main site when people come here to Brussels, but that's impressive.
It means big square.
Big square.
Grand Place.
Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
grand is big and place is square. Well, it's not square
Well,
because
my
that's
French
carré,
sucks.
but it's the name for a square in architectural terms.
Nice. Okay. But yeah, no, very impressive. So you're in that area. What are the name of the places so people know what to look up?
The name of the places.
Like the bars.
Yeah, of course, yes. We do nights at Café Central next to Al Saint-Géry. That's right in the center, very close to the Grand Place. Then we do nights at Zenne Bar, which is the bar of Brasserie de la Seine, and that's close to Tour et Taxi. It's not very far from the center, like 25 minutes walking. Then we have nights a little bit further in Jette, close to the train station in Jette, which is one of the outside areas still in Brussels, but not the center. And that's the bar names is L'Excelsior.
All right, cool. Definitely got to give them a shout out, so people know what to look up when they show up here. So tell us a little bit, man. Tell us a little bit about the scene here in Brussels specifically. Let's start there.
So yeah, the scene in Brussels, it's been here for a long time. There's a lot of DJs. There's several crews organizing parties, but there's not that many parties. Like I think maybe once every 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
So we're doing like between approximately 40% of the parties in Brussels. There's others really nice crews that really do nice stuff too. There's Mentality, Optimal Bass, Brethren Invites used to be here in Brussels too, but they're on a break for a moment. We hope they come back. There's also smaller concepts, Bassificas, which are really nice. Constrict Music, really good too.
And are all these guys doing it how you're doing it, smaller in the bars, a little more intimate type of deal? Or are they doing some of the bigger parties, and are they bringing in bigger names?
Well, yeah, some of them are bringing bigger names. Optimal Bass will bring once a year or once to twice a year a big name to Brussels.
Okay.
They brought Aphrodite like 3 years ago.
Oh, I love that dude.
I forgot who they brought recently, but they do it once a year. Generally, a big drum and bass party, like 1,500 people, something like that.
Okay.
Outdoors often. Then we have Mentality and Saint-Clet, which do more old school jungle parties, like 160 jungle.
Okay.
With the likes of FFF, Coco Bryce, Dwardy, those kind of names, or DJ Flight, or... You don't know DJ Flight?
Of course. Of course. All those names. Coco Bryce, he actually comes out to Denver Recon Crew, is, where he, comes home to when he comes to Denver. He's been there, I want to say, about 3 times in the past 5 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's from the Netherlands, so it's easy to get him in Belgium.
Oh, there we go. So is that beneficial for you guys being so central, to be able to reach over the border, to the Netherlands or right across the pond? 'Cause didn't you say what? It's an hour and a half train ride from here to London.
Exactly.
So, how does that help you guys, here in
Well,
Brussels with
it
bookings and
clearly
whatnot?
helps keep costs down, and it makes it easier to book artists from the UK or from the Netherlands because they're not so far away.
Okay.
And even in Belgium, plane tickets, even if it's from a bit further away, like Czech Republic, a lot of people are in Czech Republic or in Switzerland or Spain. A few people are in Spain, Portugal. 50 between 50 and 100 euros usually you get for the plane tickets two ways. So
Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. No, I mean that definitely makes it a lot better than kind of some of the stuff that we have to deal with in the States.
yeah,
Those high costs of travel and things of that
yeah,
nature.
bringing people from the UK to the US, it's so much farther.
That plane ticket hurts.
Yeah.
So it brings me to my next point. The ways that we're able to keep those costs down is by sharing. So multiple cities working together to bring over an artist. How is that collaboration here in Belgium amongst all the crews? Like, do you guys play nice between one another?
Yeah, well, mostly from my experience, yes. I've only been here in the scene for 3.5 years.
Okay.
But I've started to know more or less everybody. Like, between the promoters in Belgium, we use a Google Doc in which everybody writes the dates he has planned and has not yet
So that way there's no
published. So we try not to clash.
That sounds familiar.
And I know the Dutch are doing that too.
Yeah.
Maybe in another way.
I've heard that that quite a few of you guys within the cities here do that. Do you feel that it's because? So I guess let me start here. Sounds. What do you do versus the other crews here in town?
For the sound.
Yeah. So and I don't mean speakers. I mean, is it going to be jump up? Is it neuro?
Oh, yeah.
Is it liquid? Is it?
Yeah. Well, there's a nice variety of sounds in Belgium. Most parties are, of course, Belgian Jump-up.
Okay.
Like approximately half the parties in Belgium are Belgian Jump-up.
Okay.
And like really nearly pure Belgian Jump-up. Maybe 80% Belgian Jump-up and 20% UK Jump-up.
Okay.
But yeah. And then maybe 20 to 30% of the parties are deep drum and bass oriented. Star Wars is the oldest party concept in Belgium, and I really advise you to go to a Star Wars if you come to Belgium. That's like,
Okay. There
I
you
would
go.
say, the best parties to go to in Belgium,
And
best location.
When do they do their thing? Like, are they a monthly? Or
It's
they
twice a year.
Twice a year.
Twice a year, around February and around October.
Okay, so keep that in mind, guys. All right.
And you also have, well, there used to be Brethren Invites, which were also deep parties, but there are several other deep concepts in Belgium. There's smaller concepts, not because Star Wars is like 1,000, 1,200 people, I think. The other concepts are more like between 200 and 500 people at a party, depending on the room they've booked. So in the deep, you have Footloose. You have Abyssal Records that's doing parties too, more on the deep side. Constrict Music in Brussels does parties more on the deep side.
Okay.
And yeah, we have a nice following that happens regularly. And then there's a little bit of other things. Dance floor parties. High rollers do very regularly parties around Antwerp, more in the dance floor style, but they try to include other stuff too. They have a little bit of jump up, they have a little bit of liquid, a little bit of deep, a little bit of neuro. They try to be varied, but they have a little bit more dance floor than something else.
Okay. Because, so do you is it just the difference between the taste in the cities, why they would prefer dance floor over there versus jump up here? What about what's the other market you mentioned?
So the three big cities for drum and bass in Belgium are Antwerp, Ghent, and Liège, and Brussels a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, mainly Antwerp and Ghent.
Okay.
They both have a lot of jump up. Ghent has maybe a bit more deep than Antwerp, but there's deep in Antwerp too. And most of the dance floor happens in Antwerp, or there's a bit in Ghent too, when Compass has their their party. There's also, it's a bit varied, dance floor, jump up. Uh, and Liquidity does a party in Antwerp twice a year. That's
Okay.
more dance floor oriented.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and we in Brussels, we do Liquid, Tech Step, Neuro, Deep, Raga Jungle, 160 Jungle, but we don't do very much jump up and pure dance floor sets.
Okay. No, that's good. That's good. That you find that variety here. Is definitely a positive. I like that personally.
Yeah,
Instead
me
of
too.
the single set kind of stuff. I've been definitely vibing on that lately. So the crews in the other cities. Do people travel within? Like, are you going to Antwerp for something, or are you going to Ghent
Definitely.
for something?
Definitely. There's the real heads in Belgium will travel because Belgium is so small.
Right.
From
train
Brussels
ride,
to
you're there.
Ghent, it's 40 minutes by car.
Okay.
From Antwerp to Ghent, it's 40 minutes by car. From Brussels to Ghent, it's 40 minutes by car. Voilà. So it's like a triangle
Yeah.
between the two. Liège is 1 hour from Brussels, 1 hour from Antwerp, more or less. Hasselt has a bit of a scene too, is very close to Liège, 45 minutes from Antwerp. So yeah, people travel a lot. We do even travel a lot to the Netherlands. The real heads, when they want to see some artists, they're going to the Netherlands, especially if they have a car or if they have friends and they go with friends by car. Like Rotterdam is 40 minutes by car or maybe 50 minutes by car from Antwerp.
Really?
Yeah, it's an hour and a half from Brussels.
Huh.
Amsterdam is 2 hours from Brussels, so an hour and 20 minutes from Antwerp. So
See, it's like as an American, we're so used to being so spread out. That it's very to hear that and to just be able to take. 40 minutes. From
Yeah.
Denver, that's driving from the north side to the south side on the highway.
yeah,
Takes you about 40
I've
minutes.
been dancing in Germany. It's 2 hour ride to Cologne from Brussels, 2 hours 30 minutes to Wuppertal.
So that centralness, for you as a raver, not just somebody who throws parties, is actually fairly essential because
Yeah,
you can go wherever for such a small cost,
exactly.
to be able to see who you want.
Exactly, especially by car, because we must say public transport, even though it's much better than the US, where you can go by train, but it takes a lot more time, it costs a lot more money. So if you have a car, it makes it a lot easier if you want to travel to go to drum and bass parties. Also, because when you want to come back, it's not always the best time to take public transport.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. So let's talk about your thing, German beers.
Yeah.
And you said you've been doing it now for 3.5 years. What made you want to start, throwing parties?
Well, the lack of parties, the lack of drum and bass in Brussels, that's what really got me into wanting to do this, because I had a hard time finding the drum and bass scene in Brussels. Now I found it. I know other people are also throwing parties, and I know they've been for a long time, for some of them at least, but I couldn't find them. So I chose a name that was easy to recognize. And in fact, it's been so easy to find me on the internet. If you look for drum and bass Belgium or drum and bass Brussels, you're going to find us very easily, either on social media or through a search engine. And I've had like Flo Anastasia and Tir Cahoot. They did their honeymoon in Europe, and they combined it with a tour. And when they came, they wanted to stop in Brussels, so they sent an email to Drum and Beer to see if they could play at one of our events, because they found us easily on the web.
Yeah, no, it was very easy, and they do have their website there. So make sure you guys Google that to help the algorithm.
Yeah,
And but
drumandbeer.com with an N.
So, what's in the future for Drum and Beers? Where are you thinking of taking this guy?
Well, we started really small because we wanted to find the public without taking financial risks, and I got to know a few local DJs that were really good. So I thought we can play with them. They're not expensive. They'll be happy with what we can earn, and we can have good parties. So we got the public now. Clearly, people have been coming regularly to our parties. We're mostly packed. And yeah, we want to take it to the next level. We've started doing that. On the 1st of May, we had our first slightly bigger party. Everything worked out fine. The artists were really happy with how it worked. So we're going to continue that. We didn't have as many people as we hoped for, but I'm sure we can make that better for the next one.
No, absolutely. That's how it is. It's all about, a little bit of growth. You got to do your thing. Oh, the bee's attacking.
Yeah. So yeah, we wanted to do the next bigger one will probably be a neuro night, because we know we have a lot of neuro heads in Belgium.
Okay.
Especially in Brussels.
That is one of my favorite flavors. That is what I'm known to throw down. So I am on, totally on board for that. Yeah. That sounds like
neuro and tech step.
There we go. The fun stuff.
Yeah.
No, but that's awesome. So you want to do, some bigger parties. You want to expand the sound that you're exposing people to. Do you produce by chance?
I haven't started producing.
Okay.
It's in the books, but I haven't found the time to get there yet.
So what about producers here in Brussels? You mentioned earlier
James Marvel.
Yeah.
James Marvel lives in Brussels.
Okay.
There's also Evolved, who's a group, 3 people, I think, who are really good. They deserve more attention. They make techie drum and bass.
All right.
Really, really nice.
You mentioned, the Belgian Jump-up. Do you feel that a lot of producers here in Brussels, put some of that out, or is it again more of like that techie, kind of stuff?
Well, yeah, there's a little bit of everything. Like James Marvel produces dance floor, jump up, liquid, even neuro in between. Evolve will be more on the techie side.
Okay.
The guys at Constrict Music produce some music too, more on the deep side. Some also a bit of jump up. Yeah, there's variety here. There's Gobs who produces like special kind of jump up, like techie jump up, something like that. He's very varied too in what he does.
That's good. So being here in central, I mean, you're a hop skipping away from a lot of these festivals that are happening. What are you going to this summer?
This summer we're going to Liquicity and Sun and Bass.
Okay, Sun and Bass is the one in September.
Yeah, Sun and Bass is in Sardinia, second week of September, and to me that's the best lineup.
That's the best lineup,
and also the best atmosphere. It's a small event. It's a bit expensive, because it's not really a festival. There's no food trucks. You have to rent a hotel apartment, something like that. Go to restaurant or cook your own food. There's no food trucks, no camping. But it's a small event, like 1,500 people. The lineup is crazy. There's no backstage. You can go talk to all the artists you want, as long as you're nice. And
of course.
And yeah, it's a nice vibe. It's also a bit older, more like 35, 40-ish on the average age.
Not that old, man. God.
No, older than Liquicity or Rampage Open Air or Let It Roll. Because if you go to those festivals, it's like most festivals, the average age would be like 23, 24, something like that. There's people a lot of people who are 18, 20. And then there's a bit of all the ages represented. There's people who are 30, people who are 40, people who are in their 50s, but not so much.
Yeah, at some point, things just hurt too much.
Yeah.
Well, my friend, if you want to tell, people why come to Belgium, why come to Brussels in particular, let them have it, man. Get your minute, man.
Thanks.
Let them know.
Well, yeah, definitely Brussels is such a nice city. It's a very welcoming city. Yeah, we like the diversity in Brussels. We like people coming here. We've been a city where people come and go for centuries. And to such an extent that in the language of Brussels, the word for bastard is a positive word. It's called Zineke, and the Zineke Parade is the yearly party of Brussels where we have big, a bit like the carnival in Rio, big things through the street. We can drink on the street. There's music everywhere. Because in Brussels, everybody's a bastard. Everybody's a mix of different influences. So come party in Brussels. Come to Drum and Beer if you like drum and bass. and drinking good local craft beers, because that's also our motto. We want to support local quality products and maybe try to get away from all this industrial bullshit.
And let me tell you something, he's not kidding. Like the few beers that he's introduced us to just here in his home have been fantastic. Some of the best stuff we've had. And then again, I mean, Belgium's known for their beer, guys. He definitely is not joking about that.
Yeah, big ups L'Hermitage for their amazing beers.
Oh, no, absolutely. Definitely been enjoying those. Those have been really, really good. But my friend, thank you for, having us. Thank you for letting us into your home. I'm really sorry that we are missing your party tomorrow. If you are in Brussels or, in the area, tomorrow night, where is it? And that's going to be Friday the 13th.
Tomorrow is at Café Central. We're going to have a deep night. It's going to be heavy. So we have expensive. We've invited the guys from Footloose, a crew from Ghent. So it's going to be expensive KVR, which is the head of the concept. Frontline, who's already produced a few really good tracks. You can go listen to his tracks. And we have Cardiome, who's also helps Footloose, but he's more often part of a 5 p.m. breakfast crew, who's more of a breakbeat jungle crew from Antwerp. And then we have myself with Seka, who's going to be scratching on my set.
Nice. And that's tomorrow.
MC Tasty, who's going to host the party.
Nice. Well, there you go. And that's tomorrow, the 13th. What is this? This is June, right? I'm losing track.
13th of June, yeah.
13th of June in Brussels. All right, guys. It's been El Conquistador, DrumAndBassProper.com, right here with Cellarman, the man himself, Simon, Drum and Beers. Peace out, guys.
Peace out.